Welcome to this introduction demo about BC X-ray. Let's have a look at how this product works by starting on a customer. So let's look up the customer list. Let's take a customer like Sportswire and open up the card. And here we might have some questions and concerns about the payment terms. It states here 21 days, and we know by default it should have been 60 days as per company corporate standards. But now it's 21 days, and the question is what happened and why did it happen and who did the changes? We don't know, but by the BC X-ray we can get this full insight in just 1 second. I can click on related and I can see I have the change log interest, which also has a shortcut key Alt plus C. But if I click on that one, I will immediately get the full insight about all changes on this customer. In this case, I can see the payment terms. I would like to know more about that. I can put myself to this change and see it actually is this user Simona that's made the change, and I can do a trace. Then I can very easily highlight this field on all changes with bold, and I will see the changes which I'm on, which was old value will be red anywhere it has been in the history, and green anywhere where it's been in this history from here as well. So I know it was Sabina, but I don't know why did Simona, and I don't know why did she actually change it. And usually I have to, of course, contact the user and ask her about it. But in this case, I actually have a field here called reason, and I can now just click one button here and say, get the insight and say this user actually changed because they say they will place a larger order. So I agree to give better payment terms. Wow, that's good. At least I know why it was changed. But maybe I don't want this to happen, or maybe I would like to have known this in advance. Is that possible? Well, it is. I have here on the right side, I have some options here. I can, on the table fields setup here, actually do some things. I can activate notifications. I can also put up restrictions, or the other way around, I can put up who is permitted to make changes on that field. And I can also activate the reason code or reason text description. So I can see here in this field, actually reason is activated. That was why it was also captured here. I can also see that permitted is actually not activated at this moment. You cannot have both permitted and restricted because that would not be possible. But restricted is activated and notification is activated. If I want to get the insight about that, let me click on the setup and see what's going on. As I saw on the fact box, email notification was activated. I can click here to see who will get notification. So these two users will be actually notified at any point of time when the payment terms is changed. I can set up local user. I can also make external users if I want to do that. I can also set up here if I want to have any delay, means if there's been any changes to this payment terms within the creation of this customer. Within the first 30 minutes, I do not consider that as a change. I consider that as part of the setup. I can decide if I want to have immediately notification, hourly, or daily. Then I can put up restriction. So I can say who's restricted. So I can restrict some users. So now I see Simona is no longer able to make any changes. I can also decide who's permitted, the other way around. Or I can actually force a reason. So every time the user wants to make a change to this field, they have to specify a reason. Let's see how that works. I will now go back to the payment terms and try to change the payment terms. In this case, let's want to change it to cash now. So as soon as I do that, it will pop up here and prompt me now to specify a reason for this change. So I have to specify they no longer pay as agreed. Click OK, and then this will allow me to make this change. If I click cancel and I don't perform or actually confirm my reason, then I cannot make the change. So let's go back again and have a quick look here. I can also see there are some fields here, and in fact it's not all fields that are shown because under the hidden field here in the fact box I can see two fields are actually hidden. I can see which fields it is, last modified date and last date modified, and I can also see there's a hidden field under this one, which it's totally confidential field. So if I click on that, I can see the payment terms ID has been identified as confidential and should not be shown to anybody except the administrators. If I want to see what has been hidden, I can click here and I can click on this clear all filters, and I will now be able to see all these fields. So we imagine now that a normal user will see all this. They will be more confused than helpful to them. So that's why it's possible to select some fields and then hide them, and then suddenly you have a very nice view, and that view you can decide to save as personal filter, global filter, or as hidden fields. If you want to look for some other data, then you can actually also do this find, and here you will be able to search. So in this case, for example, here it will automatically pick up the customer table, but I can look up and search for any table I like. I can, on the table, select any field I like to, or record I like to search for, or in this case, any record. If I now would like to know, for example, the payment terms, I can search for the payment terms. I say I now would like to know on any client, where has the payment terms been changed from, not from blank, but from something to something else. And it could also be, I want to make sure it's only a modification. And then I click find, and it will now search and show me all the places where the payment terms has been changed from blank to something else. And if I want to look up the customer, I can then stand on this line and click show related record, and I will be able to open up this record and inspect further. Another nice thing with this that this could generate a lot of data, and some will say, wow, that's really going to be really a lot. It's correct. It could be a lot of data if you activate this on all tables or a lot of tables. So what you actually can do under this advanced setup, you have the option to activate here that you want to have remote database, means transfer the data from your local database onto Microsoft Azure Cosmos. So you'll get an account here, and all the data will transfer out of your Business Central. That also have the smart feature that when you copy the database or copy the company or copy the environment or backup or anything, you do not need the data. They are just stored in one place, and you just need this URL and the credentials. You can set up here how long time you want the data to, or after how many days you want them to be transferred. In this case, after 8 days, it's been specified you would like to transfer them to Cosmos. This data actually is easily available. You can actually see on this page here, when I clicked, that remote storage has been activated when I did this, and this 3 records is actually transferred from Cosmos. And as you saw, when I just clicked on one button, it is picked up really, really fast and instantly. There are many other nice features. You can see the full length of the presentation of the product to get all the full details about what's possible with this nice feature. And last thing I just want to say, what you just saw now, that's available on all pages in the entire standard Business Central. So you go to items, you go to sales order, you go to purchase invoice, even posted documents, we will track what happened before it was posted. Thank you very much for enjoying, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Bye bye.